Hello. All right, so today I'm going to talk about the gem and flower essence that I've been taking for the past 4 weeks, so like 3 3/4, 4 weeks. I have been taking Celestite, which is a gem essence, and I have been taking Hollyhock, which is a flower essence. I originally started taking Hollyhock because I had seen that Hollyhock is helpful for helping with skin disturbances caused by emotional overwhelm. And there for a while, I kept getting reoccurring like cysts behind my ears, one on each side. It's like one would be there and then one would leave and then the other would show up, and then it was going on for a while, and it was not the most comfortable to sleep with because I sleep on my side. And I was using fir needle oil, which was helping dry them out. But I mean, if you buy essential oils, you know that they're kind of pricey. So it's not like I was trying to go through a ton of oil forever. So yeah, so that was what got me onto Hollyhock. And I will say that within 3 days of using Hollyhock, both of the cysts behind my ears went away. And then I started using Celestite around that same time frame because I had seen that Celestite is a stone used for reconnecting you with source energy in the angelic realm, and it's a really powerful stone for helping clear and balance and strengthen like your upper chakras, mainly like throat and up. Like it can work with the heart, but it's more known for like the throat, the third eye, and the crown chakras, because these are the chakras that communicate the most with source energy. And the heart is the one that's kind of like the middleman for the upper chakras and the lower chakras. The heart communicates, of course, with source too, but it's a little different than like the three upper chakras. So I decided to go through and kind of evaluate how the Celestite and Hollyhock were benefiting me, and I went ahead and I took notes just so that way I could give a better idea of how I've noticed them working in my system. Flower and gem essences work very subtly, so you have to have a certain awareness about what it is that you want to work on. Some people can say that flower and gem essences don't work, but these people might not even know what the heck they're working on, and they might not even be like aware of what's going on in their psyche or their body. And some people pride themselves on being skeptical, which of course, if you're skeptical, nothing's going to work because you already have the intention that nothing is going to work, which makes it really hard for things to work because you're in the way. So anyways, with Celestite, the things that I wrote down that stood out to me in my experience with Celestite is Celestite's known for assisting and making synchronicities known through moments of divine orchestration. Celestite's used for purifying challenging karma. That could be with people, places, or things. It's used often for unresolved sadness and anguish from losses that were suffered. It's used for inner and outer vision blocked by grief or anger. It assists in maintaining personal feelings of security. It enhances perception. It dispels worries and fears, suspicions, or paranoia. Helps release high anxiety and is useful with things related to digestion. So for me, I will say Celestite probably worked with my higher self and led me to things that were useful for digestion, because I started taking niacin like 2 weeks ago. Like I said, I've been on Celestite for about 3.5-ish weeks. And niacin really has been helpful in helping me get a lot of poop out of my system, and it's helped me oxygenate my blood cells more, and just kind of detox my system overall, which has been really nice. And I didn't really expect that when I started taking niacin. Like, I knew it was like good for detoxing. I just didn't know how noticeable it was going to be for me. And I've done other detoxes that I hardly even notice they're going on. So this was nice. And that's how gem and flower essences work, is they'll kind of guide you to tools that will also help you. And then it's up to you to listen to your intuition and use something or not use something. And then for the dispelling worries, fears, suspicions, and paranoia, and releasing high anxiety. There's another one on here. And the inner and outer vision blocked by grief. I can definitely say Celestite's been working in my life on that one, because it's been highly, highly, highly stressful starting the semester again, especially with all of these mandates in the academic world where you have to be vaccinated in order to attend class. I am not vaccinated and I'm still working on my degree, and I have my own reasons for not being vaccinated, and it's just been highly stressful, because if I don't, if I go ahead and conform and allow myself to be coerced into something that's not authentic to me, that can actually mess up my mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual bodies in all kinds of ways. And also, if I go ahead and, or if I remain unvaccinated, then I will get dropped from my university, and I have 3 semesters of school left. So I'm not in the place that I would have expected to be if I'm forced to start paying loans sooner than expected. I had thought that I had like a year and a half or 2 to go before I had to start paying loans back. And right now I'm working on saving for a wedding and working on saving, we were working on saving to move in a couple of years. And with all that's going on right now with UNM, I've had a lot of worry, a lot of fear, a lot of paranoia, a lot of anxiety. And my inner and outer vision has been very blocked by grief and sadness and anxiety and anger. And I've had to really like step up my self-soothing game, self-regulating game, and really just like be present in my body and mindful of my thoughts, so that way I don't go in a downward spiral of negative thinking or being consumed by the negativity that is on the news and online and in social media. And I think had I not been taking Celestite, that I would not be nearly as regulated as I am. And I don't think I would have had the vision to really check myself mentally and be like, okay, why are you feeling this? Where is this coming from? Go ahead and acknowledge your feelings, validate your feelings, journal it out, go do something self-soothing. Like, I don't think I would be handling things as calmly as I've been handling them. Like, yes, there's still my, oh my God, I'm freaking out moments, but it's not to the degree that I know from past experience of like observing myself that it could be. So I could definitely tell that the Celestite is helping in that one, which Celestite is a gem essence, and gem essences are, they're minerals, and minerals were around way before thought forms and all the negativity that humanity brought with humanity were around. So it's kind of cool to see this mineral helping me dissolve some thought forms that definitely would have ran rampant in my life a couple years ago. And then the divine orchestration, it's interesting the timing of taking Celestite, because about a year ago I got in a car accident and obtained a whiplash injury, and this whiplash injury forced me to withdraw from my classes and focus on healing my body, and really made me reevaluate my degree, and I even changed my major and all this stuff. So it's kind of interesting that here we are like a year exactly from when I had my car accident. And now I'm kind of being forced to reevaluate school all over again, which leads me into the purifying, challenging karma. Perhaps my time at UNM and my time studying is some type of karma that I'm working through from other lives into this life. And I don't think it's a coincidence whatsoever that things are playing out at this time frame in my life as they are. And I don't think it's a coincidence that I'm being forced to reevaluate my reasons for being in school again. And I'm forced to reevaluate like some of the goals that I have short term and long term. So again, I can see Celestite at hand with everything that's going on in my life right now. Not saying Celestite brought it to me, but it's just making me way more aware of what's going on in my life. And it assists in maintaining personal security. So for me, with all this like super stressful stuff going on, especially finances, like finances definitely threaten your sense of security, which is like really destabilizing for the root chakra if you manage to get kind of uprooted and feeling insecure, which I've been on the line of. And I think that Celestite has helped me be more calm about it, because I remember when I was in the car accident last year and not taking Celestite, like I was freaking the F out about school and finances, because I was living on student loans at that time. Well, and I had a job that I had to resign from too. So then I was like super stressed if like my loans were going to last me till the next semester, and how was I going to pay for all these different expenses that came up like with my car accident. And I was just catastrophizing everything. And this go around taking the Celestite, I've catastrophized, but the thing is I'm aware that I'm catastrophizing, and last year I wasn't aware. And with the catastrophizing, I've definitely started coming up with like flexible game plans on what to do, which I've always been really good about planning and stuff. I think that's kind of like my gypsy blood. I kind of just know how to go with the flow. But it's been a while since I've had to put that gypsy thinking cap on. So I can definitely see the Celestite helping me navigate this time in my life. And then with the Hollyhock, I already mentioned how it helped me with my skin irritations. Hollyhock is a flower essence. And it says here that it also helps you worry less about love relationships and helps with feelings of helplessness and hopelessness. And it's a reset button for the mind and spirit, and it helps if you're stuck in any old repetitive patterns. And I can definitely say Hollyhock's been like helping with that too, because with the reset button for mind and spirit, like self-soothing and self-regulating myself has been so much easier. Like I don't care if it takes me hours to like get myself regulated and soothe myself. The fact is like I'm doing it and I'm not being deterred by it, and that's pretty powerful in and of itself. And the worry about love relationships, this doesn't have to be just like romantic. This could be friendships too, and family. In my case, most of my friends that I have are like family. And since taking the Hollyhock, I've been working through grieving two of my living friendships. I had to walk away from them because it just was no longer serving me to be in these friendships anymore. Like I know their soul family and I'll see them on the other side, and I'm really grateful for the parts they played in my life. But our time together in this earthly incarnation just doesn't benefit us anymore, and it's been hard grieving through that. However, I'm more at peace about it now than I was a couple of years ago when things first started to fall apart with one of these friendships. And I think that has something to do with the Hollyhock kind of breaking through some emotional boundaries or barriers, sorry. And with the helplessness and hopelessness, I feel like I said with Celestite, like I am like feeling more proactive with like that gypsy thinking cap. Like I've already found different things to do with where I live and school and work and all that stuff. Not like well thought out. Of course, it's like in the skeletal sketch mode of like brainstorming where to go and all that, but still it's like I'm doing it. And the stuck in old patterns, well, the stuck in old patterns with Hollyhock makes me think of Celestite also, because Celestite had said it enhances perception. And so I feel like this combination of Celestite and Hollyhock has been really powerful for me, because I've been reading the Law of Attraction book for about 2 years, because I read it in little sections and then chew on it and digest it. And I finally finished it as I was taking these essences. And the Law of Attraction, there was a certain part at the end that just finally clicked with me. It had to do with the part about segment intending, which is basically where every part of the day has a segment leading to the next segment, and you're pre-paving the way with every thought that you have about everything. It takes a lot of mindfulness. But with the segment intending, it just kind of clicked and helped me realize, like, because Law of Attraction talks a lot about like focusing on what you desire. And I was like, oh my gosh, like if I keep up with like being scared and paranoid about what's going to happen with school and my body and all of that, like it does me no good. And it's just going to bring me more undesirable results, which I don't want. Undesirable results. I want shit that's good for me, you know? And I think the Hollyhock is what kind of helped me. Well, I think Hollyhock and Celestite is what helped me really just like click and get it. Like, because for the longest time I was reading stuff about Law of Attraction where, like, I mean, I would read and see like focus on what you desire and stuff like that, and like it just wasn't quite clicking. And I think now it started to click because these essences kind of moved out mental roadblocks that were keeping things from clicking. And so now I've been focusing very intently on things that I desire and that I want. And anytime I catch myself thinking something undesirable, it's way easier for me to shift gears and go back to thinking about things that I want. And like, I mean, this is like in relation to what's going on with my current life situation. However, I don't think, like, I don't fully agree with the Law of Attraction, where I don't think that it's healthy to only think about things you want. I think you have to do the shadow work in order to really draw to you the things you want. Because if you have these non-illuminated spaces within your psyche, like the things you want are going to get kind of caught up in the shadows and never make it to you until you illuminate those shadows. That's just my perception on it. I know if you were to listen to like Abraham Hicks, like Abraham and Esther Hicks, they would say basically it's stupid to work on things in the past, and that you're by working on the past, you're activating a vibration that you don't want. And as long as you don't think about it, the vibration goes away. Like I remember hearing that on other videos, and that's just not what I really agree with. I've noticed as I do the shadow work that good things do come to me and not bad things. So I don't know. So anyways, I do think some of my old repetitive thinking patterns and stuff are definitely being broken, and I'm having enhanced perception. And with the enhanced perception, I realized that I finally am in a space to really get into EFT, emotional freedom technique, I think, which is basically where you do tapping on your meridian points, tapping out what you don't want, tapping in what you do want. And I've been experiencing a lot more clarity and calming energy from that. I've been doing EFT these last couple of weeks, revolving around anxiety and revolving around certain words that trigger me regarding our current situation in the world. And I've been doing tapping regarding like abundance blocks and stuff like that, because I mean, if I focus on scarcity and lack and fear and feeling insecure, like that's what I'm going to attract, and I don't want that. So I've been way more open to doing EFT than I had been in the past. So yeah, Celestite and Hollyhock, they're pretty awesome essences. I sell both of them on Etsy. This one is Celestite. It says flower essence, but it's a gem essence. I just made this bottle for myself, an old bottle. And then I also have Hollyhock, which is not labeled because this is for myself. I don't use my labels because I rather save them for customers. And yeah, you can take them under your tongue 4 times a day, or you can take baths where you put I don't know, you could do like 4 to 7 drops of the essence in the water and also take it under your tongue. And that way the essence penetrates your whole energy system more thoroughly and in a widespread way. And you could put them in lotions. Sometimes when I'm doing Reiki on someone, I'll put it on my hands to kind of infuse it into their energy field. You can give essences to your pets. So, I mean, Tumbles and Jazz take whatever I'm taking because I'm under the school of thought that pets are extensions of ourselves. And yeah, I hope that you found this informative. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me on Instagram. My Facebook is currently deactivated as I take a breather from all that energy. It's important to unplug. And yeah, I'm glad I was able to do this video, and I hope it helps you, and I hope you take care of yourself. Namaste and be well.